Is your magic meter running low? Well, we've got a cure for you. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
I'm Patrick Dougal.
And today we have so much to talk about again. This Disney news is
as usual.
Like, seriously, it's kind of getting crazy how much new news is coming out every week.
I know.
We're going to spend a lot of time talking about the Frozen DVD Blu-ray that came out because their special features are definitely worth talking about, I think. But before we head there, Patrick and I have some current news that we want to discuss. So, Patrick,
Yes.
why don't you take it away?
The first one I'm kind of freaking out about and super sad because I can't meet him is Oswald is now meet and greeting at Disney Tokyo Sea.
Oh, wow. I hadn't heard about that.
Yes, he is out.
Wow.
And I'm so sad.
Wow.
And happy at the same time.
To our listeners, if you're not familiar with Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was Walt's, one of his first animated creations that it was basically his Mickey Mouse, and it got stolen away from him by Universal Studios. And because Oswald was stolen, he then created Mickey Mouse. So thankfully he was stolen, I guess. But in the past several years, Bob Iger actually bought him back from Universal. So he's now officially a Disney character again, and now apparently making appearances at Tokyo DisneySea.
Yep.
Kind of awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah, so crossing fingers it makes the way out here to the U.S.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Maybe
he looks super cool, so if you want to look up pictures, it's kind of awesome.
Maybe he'll replace Duffy. That would be amazing.
I don't think, not in Japan. Duffy is the biggest thing over there.
Yeah, no, Duffy and Stitch are it in Japan, but here in the US, I'd say let's can Duffy and bring Oswald. That would be very cool. We do have Oswald Mickey ears here.
Yes.
Okay, you guys have those as well?
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm always curious how many people actually know who that is, because it's kind of like Disney.
Yeah, I mean,
info.
I do see a lot of Oswald ears around, so I assume they would know who he is.
When I see stuff like that, when I see people with memorabilia like that, I'm like, they're in the know. They're cool.
Yeah.
I have a backpack that says WED Imagineering, and whenever somebody knows what WED is, I'm like, you're awesome. And if you don't know what WED is, now you will. It's Walter Elias Disney is what WED stood for, and it was the first name of Imagineering. So you might have just learned something there. How
the
fabulous.
more you know.
Exactly. You're stealing from CBS. Oh, no. I have a bit of, let me just say I have a bit of a correction to make from last week's episode. We did a Muppet-filled episode, and we got to a point where we were talking about when the Henson Company sold the Muppets. I had said that the Henson Company bought it back from this German company called MTV, EM-TV. But I was wrong. They actually sold it to MTV for $680 million. And when the Hensons bought it back, they only paid $84 million for it. So they actually, I guess, got a deal for it. But another thing I wanted to mention was I said that Iger made the deal to buy the Muppets, but apparently it happened in 2004, and it was actually Eisner still in office at the time. So I did want to correct that. And finally, with the Muppets, I am so thrilled to announce that I read that my hope and prediction of the Muppets going to Broadway is actually in the works.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make a little statement about that because apparently you're claiming this idea. I actually read an article.
I'm not claiming the idea.
Wait.
I'm saying that I want.
I actually read an article that said it's been in the works since 2013.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. I'm just saying I had never heard about it. And it should be done. That's all I'm saying. Should be done.
Yes.
I'm not saying I did the idea, Patrick, for gosh sakes. Mm-hmm. Getting sassy. Any other news on your end?
Yeah, bringing it back to magic bands. You can now purchase magic bands. Anyone can purchase a magic band now. It's not secluded to hotel guests. If you want the perks of having a magic band, you can pick one up. I think they're about $12.95.
I think you're exactly right.
So, I'm gonna collect every color. Let me just say that.
They're just gonna keep coming out with colors. It's gonna become a session like pin trading.
I'm gonna walk into Magic Kingdom with 20 magic bands on my arm.
Oh God, it's the new pin trading is magic bands.
Magic bands. And I got my magic band. Oh, I told you I got my magic band, and it has the little it came with the little accessory that says annual pass holder and little Mickey ears on it. Kind of awesome.
You're kind of too excited about that.
Yeah.
Love it. I was reading recently about some more, there's more Seven Dwarfs Mine Train news. I didn't realize this, but did you hear that these audio animatronic figures that they're putting in there of the dwarfs are super high tech, new technology?
I heard they're going to be cray.
Supposedly it's animatronic mixed with animation. So something interesting is going to be happening. And
do you think it's to the technology? You know how in Little Mermaid, Sebastian's has
eyes,
animated eyes.
Yeah, or I actually don't know if your Buzz Lightyear attractions I think it is.
Yeah, he has the animated face.
Yeah, he has an animated face. Hopefully it's like that, but they're saying it's something new. And you know me, my whole thing when it comes to new attractions is I want to see new technology. And if what I'm reading is correct, it sounds exciting. Sometimes they exaggerate.
It's gonna be holograms again. Half. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, actually, I'm not going to say I've been predicting it, but for a while, I've kind of I've always felt like the kid rides have, I'm ready to see the animated figures walking around in there, which I feel like they can do, kind of like the end of Your Haunted Mansion and stuff with the...
Yeah.
It's we're close to there, and frankly, it'd be probably cheaper in the long run than building robots all the time, so it'll be interesting to see.
It should be opening, if I'm correct, this month?
Oh, no, they're postponing it another year.
Oh, of course.
I'm kidding. Should be opening May, I thought, right?
Oh, I heard April, but
maybe.
Again, I haven't been keeping up on that lately, so it could be May. Honestly, it could be May.
You've lost all hope. You're like, I'm not believing the rumors.
I won't believe it until I see it.
Yeah, it's so funny. One other thing at Disneyland, folks, if you're Captain America and Thor fans, guess what? They've extended their hours. They're now available to visit until 6 p.m. instead of 4. So if you're a Marvel fan, go check that out.
Yay.
Boom. Yeah, and you mentioned the Fast Pass. Did you mention that you can get a 4th Fast Pass now?
Is that 100%?
Yeah, that's what I read, is that
when did that happen? Do you know?
This week. That's
what I went when I went 2 days ago, it was still 3.
Well, the thing is you can plan 3 in advance. But once you use those 3, you can go up to a kiosk and add a 4th, is what they're saying.
Huh. Well, I know they just, they're saying that they either are about to, or you can now do the, park hopper fast passes as well.
I read they're still working on that technology, but they are trying to make that
it's
happen.
gonna be this month or this week or real soon.
That's good. That's good. So they seem to be fixing these problems and taking these notes pretty quickly.
Yeah.
With the Fast Pass Plus, So that's good news. Awesome. Shall we move on to Frozen DVD Blu-ray special features? Or do you have any more news?
No, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. Well, for me, there are some major highs and major lows with the Frozen Blu-ray special features. Shall we start with a high?
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. The making of Frozen.
No, that was not a high. That was a low. It was a high and a low. And sure, let's start there. The making of Frozen.
I loved it.
It is spectacular, except for the fact that it's a lie. If you have not seen the Blu-ray, here's what they did. There is a thing called The Making of Frozen. The special feature is called The Making of Frozen, which would make me think it's like a 30 to 60 minute documentary about the making of Frozen. Well, the video starts, and we're in front of the Roy E. Disney Animation Building at the Walt Disney Studios, and it turns into a musical number with Josh Gad and Jonathan Groff. And it's cool. I was actually super stoked. They're going through this whole musical number, going through the animation building. It was so cool. But Patrick, would you like to say how that fabulous musical number ends?
Oh yeah. They say, we don't know how they made Frozen. And then it ends and it brings you back to the main menu.
Yeah, it cuts to black. And I was like, I literally thought my DVD or Blu-ray broke. I was like, no, that can't be it. this is the introduction to the making of Frozen, and there's gotta be so much more. I was livid, Patrick. I was so angry.
Here's my thing. Okay, number one, they actually have footage of them making Frozen, and they're gonna wait for like a diamond or 3D edition.
Of course.
Or two, they didn't expect it to be that big and actually didn't film anything.
No, I'm telling you, every film these days has behind the scenes footage recorded, regardless of it. They all do. And sometimes it doesn't get released because it's not a hit or whatever, but they all have footage shot. So there's the footage. They're waiting to re-release it in Diamond Edition. You're exactly 100% correct.
We're gonna get a Frozen Ice Crystal Edition.
Yeah, totally. And it'll have all that stuff. It was, the thing that made me angrier than anything was, frankly, when I buy Blu-rays, one of the things I buy for is special features. I've seen the movies before. I am interested in learning about them. So if I read the back of the box and it said the making of Frozen, and then I get home and that's all it was, I would be so angry. I actually think it's lying to consumers. I think it's complete BS. Ugh.
I thought it was hilarious.
Having said that, it's a great music video. I love it. I love the fact that it goes through the animation building. I love the fact that John Lasseter makes an appearance. I love the fact that they feature the cereal bar, which if you've never been to the animation building, I'm lucky enough to have been there several times. And it's funny because every time somebody shows me through there, they always point out the cereal bar. It's this big thing at Disney Animation Studios. They're like, oh, this is the cereal bar. This is where we all come to hang out. And I'm like,
and eat cereal.
Yeah, basically, that's it. And it was just so funny that I thought it was hilarious that they did a whole piece of the number at the cereal bar. And then finally in that musical number, I do think it's hilarious that Bobby Lopez, winner of Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, cannot step to the beat.
Yeah. He looked real out of place.
He looked really, really uncomfortable trying to dance to that little musical number, and it was so funny and so endearing. And I was like, oh, this musical genius can't step to the beat. It's so funny. Oh, loved that. But so as far as I'm concerned, great music video, just really disappointing and falsely advertised, in my opinion.
Okay,
Next, okay. Now this is the thing that got me most excited about the special features on Blu-ray, because I just purchased the Blu-ray and didn't really look into what was on there. I had no idea that the Mickey Mouse short, Get a Horse, which premiered before Frozen in theaters, was on the Blu-ray. And when I popped in the Blu-ray and saw that there, I flipped out. I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, Get a Horse. That was so exciting for me. And I loved seeing Get a Horse again. And I'm happy that we now have it.
Yay. Now I think the thing that everyone's still mad about, and maybe I've heard rumors of it coming out in October, is they haven't released it in 3D Blu-ray.
Yeah, I actually didn't even think about that until I was putting it on my shelf of Disney Blu-rays, and I was like, oh, lordy, I have Tangled in 3D, but I don't have Frozen in 3D. Interesting. So yeah, it'll probably come out in 3D with more special features, which it's really, frankly, annoying. I can't even tell you how many DVDs and Blu-rays I have next to each other of the same movie, just for additional special features and stuff, which I guess is an obsessive compulsive problem that I have. But,
yeah, maybe.
Maybe a little. I did get rid of my VHS, except for Little Mermaid. I kept my Little Mermaid VHS since it's my favorite. But,
I can deal with that.
You can deal with that, yeah. Another special feature they had on there was a little documentary called Defrosted, Disney's Journey from Hans Christian Andersen to Frozen, which was interesting. And frankly, that's the kind of stuff I want to see and learn about on special features. Unfortunately, it wasn't as long as I wish. But do you want to talk a little bit about that, Patrick?
Yeah. I mean, I think what it is I don't remember the painter's name.
Mark Davis.
Who is
a brilliant Imagineer.
Yes. They were making, a whole Frozen attraction at one point, and they created all this concept art for what seemed like, not for the attraction, but for just the characters in general, the Ice Queen and her castle. And it seemed like a lot of the stuff used in that concept art was translated into Frozen.
Yeah. Yeah, it was way back in the day. I think Walt was still around, and it was they were basing an attraction for Disneyland based on the Snow Queen, the Hans Christian Andersen story. And yeah, some of the drawings were beautiful, and it was pretty cool. And I found it interesting to have learned in that documentary that it sounded like MGM was actually trying to make a movie.
They were making like a bunch of like shorts based on Hans Christian Andersen's stories, and that was one of them. And so was The Little Mermaid as well.
Yeah.
But they canned it. They put it on the shelves, and of course they returned to Little Mermaid back in the early 90s, and now Frozen in 2000s.
1989 Mermaid.
Oh, it's close enough.
But when MGM was making the movie, supposedly Walt was somehow involved with the Snow Queen over there, which was interesting. So that's cool. The special features, they also had deleted scenes, which were kind of interesting because they didn't even make it past like the pencil sketch point.
Yeah.
None of them were fully animated, so I guess they got deleted pretty early on. Now tell me the truth, Patrick. Did you make it through every single music video they had?
No.
No. Well, actually, I did. I played it because I was like, well, I got to see all these. They had Let It Go in like 4 or 5 different languages on there, and it was pretty funny to watch. But speaking of Let It Go covers, I do have to mention, do you know where I'm going with this, Patrick?
I know where you're going with this.
Oh, my lordy. Yesterday, I discovered Jeremy Jordan from the Broadway musical Newsies did a cover of Let It Go, which personally I'm sick to death of, all the covers. There's way too many of them at this point. But when I saw that Jeremy Jordan did one, I was like, and I am watching. Did you watch it, Patrick? You didn't watch it? You need to watch it. It is so good. I actually prefer it to Adina's. I loved it. So good. Oh, so definitely check that out. It was on Broadway.com. It hadn't made it to YouTube yet. So if you want to check it out, go to Broadway.com.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Speaking of Disney Broadway.
Yes.
Shall we move on?
Okay, so before we move on from Frozen, I do want to mention that, Patrick, I know you're much more into the cosplay world than I am, but and if you're not familiar with what cosplay is, it's when people dress up as favorite characters for conventions and stuff. But I was watching Frozen and I thought to myself that when Anna falls into that river and her dress is like frozen stiff and she's walking over to that little shop, I think that would be the coolest cosplay costume to see.
I would love to see. I would think it's hilarious. I've like looked at like any possible cosplay for my friend to do from Anna, and there's so many. I'd like love to see one where like she just wakes up and her hair is just everywhere. If someone just like would walk around like that.
Yeah.
I think someone would dress up as like the mourning Anna, as in like when her parents died and she's in the all black.
Yeah.
I was like, there's so many different things. I've actually seen one. I've seen a completely frozen Anna cosplay where she's like entirely blue.
I've seen pictures of that. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. But
so many ideas. But yeah, I think if someone could pull that off, that would be hilarious.
That'd be really funny. That'd be difficult to walk in all day, but it would be really, really funny. And one last thing that I read, that I want to mention about Frozen is, now, you know, the crazy Disney fans out there make up these theories about, you know, connections between the Disney films. Have you heard the connection between Frozen, Tangled, and The Little Mermaid?
Yes.
This is crazy. Okay, this is what someone said. They're saying, okay, so Elsa and Anna's parents, when they went on the ship to go away, they were actually going to Rapunzel's return celebration, which was, you know, 3 years ago when the film was made.
Well, it's her dad is the Tangled's mom's brother.
Okay, sure, let's go there.
That's why they were going, like it's their cousin.
Yeah, they had some connection to Rapunzel. Yeah. So that's why they were going to see them. And then the ship sank. And apparently, so Corona is in Germany, Arendelle is in Norway, Mermaid is in Denmark, which is on the way. So the theory is that the sunken ship in The Little Mermaid at the beginning of the film are Anna and Elsa's parents' ship. Mm-hmm. Which is, first of all, I think to myself, who has time to sit and think about this stuff?
Yeah.
But then when you go and compare the drawings of like Little Mermaid ship to the Frozen one, they're actually quite similar.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't looked at that.
Oh my god.
I could believe the connection with Tangled and Frozen, but Little Mermaid too?
Yeah, I know. If we're not going, it was not done on purpose.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty darn cool. Unless somebody from Frozen did purposefully take the design of the ship from Mermaid. I don't know.
That's like have you read the whole Pixar one? How every single Pixar movie is
in
related.
The same universe or something?
Yeah, and like, it ended up being like Boo is like the old lady from Brave or something. Oh, it's crazy.
Crazy. Oh, fans. Disney fans are nuts, and we love them for it.
Yes.
Yay. Okay, I think
now on to Disney Broadway.
Disney Broadway. Yes, what were you going to say about Disney Broadway? I love talking about Disney Broadway.
Yes, Disney Broadway. If you haven't already seen it, there's a video going viral.
Oh my god, yes.
The cast of Lion King in Australia performing on their plane. And it's pretty awesome.
It's pretty spectacular. I saw this yesterday. I think I sent it to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just break into the opening number of The Lion King.
I mean, why not?
Circle of Life on the plane. And it's the people's reactions are pretty priceless, and it's pretty awesome. And it got me thinking. First of all, I was like, I want to be on that plane. Like, that is awesome. But it got me thinking. I was like, okay, if I could be on a plane and have a spectacular choir break out into any Disney song a cappella, what would it be? And for me, I think it would maybe be Beauty and the Beast.
Don't steal mine.
Oh, is that yours? Mine. Well, I felt that way only because it has such a beautiful possibility of, like, an a cappella version of that is so beautiful. It's so choral, that song. I don't know.
Are you saying that's what you think is Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, the song Beauty and the Beast, I think is.
I went with Be Our Guest.
Okay, that'd be fun too.
Or Belle, the opening number. I think that'd be hilarious.
To me, Be Our Guest especially, when I was thinking about it, I was like, well, I want a song that would sound equally as beautiful, if not more beautiful, without any instruments.
Well, how funny would it be if you're walking on a plane and people are like, Be Our Guest, Be Our Guest?
Well, pretty soon, I'm sure Disney will own an airlines, and that's probably what
that would be hilarious. Yes.
Another song that I thought would be beautiful is Golden Dream from at Epcot, the American Adventure. You know that song?
Oh, yes.
That would be really lovely. And that's also in Great Moments with Lincoln at Disneyland. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. But then I thought to myself, well, what song from Disney would I absolutely hate to hear just randomly sung on an airplane? It's from your favorite movie, Patrick.
Frozen?
It's from Hercules.
Oh.
Do you have any idea what song?
Don't Say I'm in Love.
No, I love that song.
Oh, okay.
Especially when
Zero to Hero?
Nope. When a guy sings Don't Say I'm in Love from Disney on the Record, oh god, it's even better in a guy's voice. But One Last Hope. That So You Wanna Be a Hero, Kid? Well, whoop-de-doo. No, One Last Hope.
Oh.
I can't stand that song. Always.
I thought we were going with Disney Broadway songs.
Oh, no. No, I was just going with Disney in general.
Oh, well, mine's irrelevant then. I picked Step in Time for Mary Poppins.
Yeah, that's I wouldn't care to hear that.
I was like, oh, that's annoying. Can you guys stop?
Crazy. But it was an awesome viral video, I have to say. Pretty darn cool. Oh my goodness, are we seriously running out of time?
But we have one more thing to talk about.
We actually have several more things to talk about. But
oh no.
Goodness gracious. I definitely want to mention It's a Small World simply because we're coming up on the 50th anniversary. April 10th is the 50th anniversary of It's a Small World. That's pretty spectacular.
I have some little news about that.
Let's hear it.
So, because it's the 50th anniversary of Small World, Disney is donating $150,000 to UNICEF. And if you visit smallworld50.com and record yourself either singing a song or making a virtual doll, they will donate $1 more to UNICEF up to an additional $100,000.
So, are we going to make a music video? Is that what we're saying?
If you want to sing It's a Small World.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Small World. You know, it's one of those rides that I think everybody loves and hates all at the same time. Is that a fair thing to say? I mean, I think there are some people who just love it, but you know, that song is so catchy and it's stuck in your head.
Like, I obviously it's not like my go-to attraction when I'm at like the Magic Kingdom or anything, but if I'm walking past it and if it's at like a 10-15 minute wait, I'll ride it.
It's literally, the song never stops playing because of the locations of all the Disney parks. Mm-hmm. It is constantly played. Like, so
that's true.
It never shuts off. It's kind of crazy. As they say, the sun never sets on a Disney park because they're all over the world. But, do you have any specific Small World memories that, like, you'd like to share on this 50th anniversary?
I mean, not so specific. I mean, I think my favorite part of the small room is always, the last room where it's saying like goodbye in like all these different languages. And I think it's just a cool room to just see all the different, I don't know what I'm trying to get at.
All the different cultures
yeah.
joining together. As Dick Sherman says, the song It's a Small World, it's a prayer for peace. And it really is. If you really think of the big picture of the ride, it's pretty amazing. And one of the fastest attractions ever created for Disney. I think from concept to completion, it was 9 months. So it's pretty cool. I loved it when Disneyland, I don't think Walt Disney World has done this yet, but when Disneyland added Disney characters into the attraction, I thought it brought like a new life to the attraction. I thought it was pretty cool and fun to see like little Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan and such in the attraction. Did you guys do that yet?
I don't think so.
I think we did it in, I think maybe Tokyo or something like that.
Yeah, I think ours is just normal.
Normal, It's a Small World.
Normal, Small World.
Cool. We are totally running out of time, so we should go to trivia, but we can talk about Maker Studios next time, perhaps, Patrick?
Yes.
Because definitely worth mentioning. And so yeah, let's go on to trivia. Why don't you hit me up with a question?
Okay, this is pretty easy because we're both pretty good fans of this movie. Ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
I don't think you're ready.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Okay, cool. In The Hunchback, what are the 3 names of the gargoyles?
Oh my lord, I have Jason Alexander. I couldn't tell you. Oh my lord.
Honestly, I don't think I could have told you this either.
I legitimately have like zero clue. All I would say is Jason Alexander is one of them, and then that woman from Sister Act is one of them. God, let me see if I can like even guess.
I think I would have been able to get one, but
is it like kind of like a pun, like it has something to do with stone or rock or something?
No, I think it had to do with the name of like it was like a tribute to some other people.
Okay, tell me. I have no clue.
It was Victor, Hugo, and Laverne.
Oh, yeah, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Victor, Hugo, and Laverne. All right.
I could have told you Hugo, but right? That was it.
Man, you got me on one of my favorite movies.
Dun-dun-dun.
You win. I got a question for you. It's fairly easy. You got a 50-50 shot of getting it correct.
True. I don't know.
No, that's wrong.
Oh,
which theme park has more rides in the classic term of the sense rides? Would it be Magic Kingdom theme park or Disneyland?
Oh my god. Is this before or after New Fantasyland?
It was a new article I read, so I'm going to assume after.
Ooh. Does Dumbo count as 2 rides or 1?
I think that would be 1 ride.
Oh, I'm going... Ugh. Because there's so many in Disneyland, but there are also so many in Magic Kingdom. I'm going to say Disneyland.
You would be right. There's supposedly 36 rides at Disneyland, 27 at Magic Kingdom. I'm going to pull up the article real quickly, actually, just to see, because they put the list of rides, and I'm curious to see if they have New Fantasyland stuff in there. So
yeah. Because it's just, To me, like, Disneyland is like a mixture of almost like all 4 of our parks.
Yeah, well, it was interesting reading. They went through all of the parks, and like, they're like, Disney Hollywood Studios has 6 rides in the classic sense, and so it's kind of interesting to read that. Let's see, Magic Kingdom. Give me a new ride at Fantasyland.
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. Let's see if that's on here. Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid. So, yep. So,
do they have Dumbo as 2 or 1?
No, Dumbo the Flying Elephant is 1.
But there's 2 of them.
But it's the same ride.
But there's 2 separate lines.
No, sorry, it's the same ride.
So
yeah.
Is Snow White Mine Train on there? Or that doesn't count because it's not open?
Let me see. Let me go back to it.
Because then we will have 28.
7 Dwarfs. You know what? 7 Dwarfs is not on here.
So 28 soon. What?
We still kicked your butt with 36.
Yeah, true.
Sorry. But, so I found that kind of interesting. I think that's something that most people wouldn't assume to be true.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anywho, I think that's going to do it for this week on Disney Coast to Coast. We didn't get to everything we wanted to talk about because there's so much to talk about, and we just can't stop talking, apparently. So,
and we can't stop.
So happy 50th to It's a Small World. Until next time, I'll see you later, Patrick.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.